All right, so we're going to talk about the top 10 most unique and dangerous monsters under 5 CR. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy the video, remember to give it a like.
So, every top 10 list, every top 5, whatever you'll say, always has a couple of honorable mentions. This list is no different. There are a couple of honorable mentions we wanted to get to because you could do the list as long as you wanted. So we had to leave a couple off lists we thought were still interesting enough to bring up really quickly. First one being the Azer, the fire dwarf-looking creature. Has a very high AC, and for me, the biggest thing that drives me nuts is I call it the thorns damage, that retribution damage. You just take 1d10 fire damage for hitting it, being close to it, which is annoying as all get out.
Yep, and he hits pretty hard for how low he is. And then second on the honorable mention list, we have the Couatl.
If that's how you pronounce it, we're guessing.
Yeah, something like that. Couatl. Coil? Coitus? No, not that one.
That's definitely not it.
The Couatl has spellcasting, which at a low level is pretty rare. It also has the ability to change shape into humanoids or other beasts that are under its CR. So it could just be one of those things that's hiding in plain sight. It could be, you know, the guy who gave you your quest is secretly a Couatl. It has an attack that grapples.
Sure.
And it has a bite that, it says it knocks you unconscious, but essentially it just casts a sleep spell on you.
Because you can't be woken back up by somebody kind of shaking you around or slapping you around.
Yeah, it doesn't KO you, but it puts you basically to sleep.
Number 10, the Rust Monster. And you think, oh, it's a half CR. But that's the thing about it. It's a half CR, so you could see multiple of these. And if you're a level 1 party or level 2 party and you see 3 of these things, you don't know what they do. They look like giant evil ticks that are mutated by something. Their attacks, damage your weapons. Like, they literally deteriorate your weapon's durability and your armor's durability. So if you try to keep killing them with melee attacks and they keep hitting your armor, your stuff will literally fall apart.
Yep, and I hope you brought extra gear, because you'll be using your fists. Then we have number 9, the Water Weird. Now, the fun thing with this guy is, when he's in water, he's invisible.
Good luck with that.
So, if you're trying to go for a nice swim, you might be grabbed by one of these things, pulled underwater, and attempted to be drowned. That is not fun in and of itself, but you're also at disadvantage because the creature's invisible in water, so try escaping from that.
The only true weakness they have is removing the water they are in. Cast a control water spell, basically gets rid of them instantly. Really their only true weakness, because besides that, they are a butt to deal with in the water.
Yep, and if you're too low to cast control water, you're probably going to be in for a hard time considering they have 60-foot swim speed, so try getting away from that.
Have fun. Number 8, the Intellect Devourer. And this is, a squishy one-trick pony, but its one trick can be very brutal for certain parties. If your intelligence score is low enough, it can essentially kill you outright. And not just that, it can then take over your body and your mind, and then your party is wondering, what do we do with this? If they're even able to discover that it happens, because it's a possibility they can not even detect that action takes place. And then you've got an Intellect Devourer controlling one of your party members for whoever knows how long.
And that makes for some fun moments. Number 7, we have one of my personal favorites, the Flameskull. Now, this creature, well, it has Fireball. Which is really nice. So it's really good at softening up a party. Also, the thing is, this creature has a 16 intelligence, so it's pretty smart.
Especially for that low of a level.
Exactly. So what it can do is it can surprise you. And a surprise fireball can be very painful. Especially if you throw these in a mix of another group of monsters and maybe use this as a surprise attack and then they get ambushed by other zombies or skeletons or things like that. It'll make your life very painful. And if you are able to defeat it after it uses reactions to shield itself or uses spells to cast Blur, you will have it respawn and recreate itself after 1 hour unless you sprinkle it with holy water.
Yeah.
So
we fought one, we smashed it into bits. It came back, all had nice little crack scars everywhere on the skull. Didn't do you any good. So, holy water, or deal with it multiple times. That's fun. Number 6 is the Roper, something we didn't really know much about. We were both trying to dive through, trying to find some interesting stuff we hadn't seen or heard much about. And it was like, okay, this thing looks interesting. Oh, it's got an AC of 20. Oh, boy. It has a 50-foot reach on tentacles, and it gets 4 tentacle attacks per turn that can grapple your entire party. But you're grappled, you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. So Yeah, 50-foot reach can grab, 4 party members at once. So if he grabs, 4 casters all at once, you're going to lose all your magic and all your ranged abilities to get away from it all at once.
Also, fun with this guy, he has false appearance, so he's indistinguishable from a rock or stalactite or stalagmite. Should he attack you, you'll have disadvantage initially on his attack, and if he gets a surprise. Also, if your DM is really mean, he'll put these things on the ceiling.
He's mean.
And then reach down and grab you, pull you up to the ceiling, and maybe drop you, take bludgeoning damage. Or if you break free, you'll just fall and take bludgeoning damage yourself if you choose to do that. Also, if you think you can just run away, don't forget it has 50-foot reach of a melee attack. So once you get outside that 50-foot reach, guess what? Opportunity attack to grapple you back and do the whole process over again. So number 5, we have the Specter. Yes, it is CR1, but it can kill you very quickly, especially at low levels. If you're a party of level 1 characters fighting this creature, and he tries to attack you, if you roll poorly on the save, you could just outright die to his hit point maximum reduction ability.
Yeah. Just go ahead and not just take the damage. Have your hit points maximum reduced, and you can't heal it back till the end of a long rest. Not a short rest, a long rest. So for the rest of your day, all the things you fight, you've got a less maximum health, no matter how many potions or clerics or druids or paladins are walking around in your party. Doesn't matter.
Also, if you think this thing, oh, it has low AC. Well, it has resistances to basically everything, so good luck trying to hurt it.
Yeah. The only thing it's not resistant to are force, radiant, and psychic damage. And we had to sit down about 5 minutes trying to figure out what all spells a level 1 character would even have access to that would do radiant, psychic, or force damage. This thing is a nightmare for level 1, level 2 characters.
If you do encounter one of these, though, if you cast the Daylight spell, it will have the Sunlight Sensitivity trigger, which means it will have disadvantage on attacks, which might help save you a little bit of time and maybe someone's life.
Definitely. All right, folks. Number 4, the Bearded Devil. AC not so high, but all the damage it can do and the abilities it has are absolutely silly. Magical resistance at that low of a level is not fun. Advantage on your saving throws against spells to try to deal with it. Nobody wants to deal with that. And the beard attacks, as you can see, we approve of that. Beard attacks are cool. That's interesting. How many things in this universe attack with their beard?
That's very true. Also, the beard attack has a chance to poison you if you fail the saving throw, which, if it does, you cannot regain health. Which goes in tandem with its second attack, which it has multi-attack, which is the glaive, which hits you for a decent amount of damage. But
wait, there's more.
You also can be inflicted by infernal wounds, which at the start of every turn you take 1d10 damage.
But wait, there's more.
It stacks.
Yes, it does.
So if you get hit by multiple bearded dragons or the same bearded dragon is just wailing away at you, every turn that 1d10 could become 2d10, could become 3d10 that you're taking every single turn, so you could die very, very quickly to these things. Getting down to the final 3.
It's Olympic season. We're at the podium now, folks.
Bronze. / 3rd place. / the big scary Gorgon, who has a very high AC, who hits like a truck. And has the potential, if you roll poorly or if you fight multiple of these, to TPK you at the start of a fight with his petrifying gaze, which, if you fail the saving throw, will turn you to stone. So, there's that.
Yay. Getting paralyzed at stone, it's wonderful.
Also with the Gorgon, he has the trampling charge, which, if he moves a certain amount of distance and hits you, he gets a free second attack, which could cap out at, I think it's 54 damage.
Yeah.
Which is pretty painful, and then if he gets a crit, you're probably dead.
Yeah. And with his high AC of 19, he doesn't care about opportunity attacks really that much against him. He wants to run over stuff, and he's pretty good at it.
Yep, and he'll just charge person to person until you're all dead. And if that doesn't work, he'll just use his petrifying gaze and turn you all to stone.
And then crush you to bits. Number 2, the dreaded Umber Hulk. CR5 and our personal name for it, the Were Mantis. High CR, attacks 3 times in a turn, and AC of 18. It's got a fun little ability as well to add to all that fun damage in AC.
Yes, you have the Confusing Gaze, which any creature within 30 feet of the Umber Hulk has to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that shuddered.
Or
no.
have very bad things happen to them, including being stunned or attacking nearby creatures.
The big problem with that is it's a charisma saving throw. And for so many classes, charisma is one of the three stats that get dumped because it's not useful to barbarians that much or to rangers as much. Unless you really want to RP it that way, obviously. But in general, the stat is a more commonly dumped stat. The fact it's a charisma save, it's much, much worse than being a dex or a constitution or a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. Also, the players can choose to avert their eyes, so they don't have to trigger this confusing gaze.
But
exactly, there is a consequence to that.
Yes.
If you're not looking at your target, according to the player's handbook, you have disadvantage on attacks. And if you're not looking at a target that's attacking you, it has advantage on attacks against you. So with a +8 to hit and attacking 3 times a turn, with advantage, you're probably going to get hit all 3 times.
And a lot.
And repeatedly. And if you ever look up at the creature for whatever reason, you immediately take the saving throw. All right.
Da, 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 da.
We made it to the number 1 final, scariest, potentially worst possible scenario monster.
Multiples would be the worst possible scenario.
Multiple by far would be the worst. We have the Banshee.
Boo.
The scary thing about the Banshee here, yes, it's a ghost type creature, but it has an ability that can use once a day called Wail.
Yeah, it's bad.
If you fail the saving throw, you are unconscious. So, if your party is struggling to have good rolls, you may just have an instant TPK. Or if you're fighting multiple of these, you're probably just going to die.
Yeah. If you come across these at a lower level, it's resistant to so much stuff. Granted, the AC and HP aren't quite as high as, like the Umber Hulk and the Rope or other things we've talked about earlier in the list. But it's one of the only things that has a decent chance to instantly knock out multiple party members. And below level 5, we're not talking about an ancient red dragon that can do this to people, or a lich that can do this to people. No, we're not even a beholder. So this is a level 4 CR monster that can knock out most of your party or a good chunk of your party just for fun. 1 ability per day. It doesn't cost a spell slot or anything like that. It just has the ability to do it once per day. So that, folks, is our top 10 of interesting, intriguing, dangerous monsters that you do not want to see as a low-level party member, CR 5 or below, for D&D.
If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like. We'll keep these coming if you guys like them. Thank you, guys. All right, so we're going to talk about something. I don't know.
We're talking about
something.
We're going to talk about things.
Bearded dragon.
Just telling you. This is a level 5 CR monster that can one-shot a good chunk of your party. Just for fun.
It's level 4 CR.